It was a bittersweet day for many local NASA employees who gathered at Goddard Space Flight Center in Greenbelt to watch the last shuttle flight. Patricia Villone was there and has an inside view on the end of the U.S. Space Shuttle Program.
For 3 decades, NASA shuttles have given us a spectacular bird's-eye view from space with 5 orbiters: Columbia, Challenger, Discovery, Endeavour, and Atlantis. Together, they've flown more than 130 times, carried over 350 people into space, and traveled more than 500 million miles, more than enough to reach Jupiter. Today marks the end of the Space Shuttle program.
The significance is that it is the hallmark of human spaceflight for the last 30 years, building a reusable rocket plane, allowing us to build a space station, hundreds of metric tons of stuff people live on. I mean, that could never have been done without the space shuttle. Also, it became a hallmark for flying new science in new ways. A lot of us tested experiments over 30 years that never would have gone to space without the vehicle of the shuttle.
This morning, NASA employees who took part in shuttle missions gathered to watch the final flight of the shuttle Atlantis. While waiting for the launch, visitors got a first-hand look at some of the remarkable projects.
We've learned that the universe is accelerating. We determined the Hubble constant. We've learned how stars are born and die. We now have a camera on board Hubble that, with one camera, can see the entire life cycle of stellar evolution.
This little 3D mouse right here will allow me to move the robot in any direction I want.
In space, we can perform these type of maneuvers with the robot being the robot that's on the ISS.
When would this be important? Is it like servicing Hubble or other space shuttles?
I don't think Hubble. I think it's going in looking at servicing satellites, commercial satellites, government satellites.
And then the big moment arrived. Countdown.
33.
The clock stopped at 31 seconds, but only for a brief delay, and then it was liftoff.
2, 1, 0, and liftoff.
Well, there's the exhilaration of the flight, but there's also this sort of wistful melancholy you feel as you know we have to change. We've grown up in the shuttle program. My kids have, a lot of Americans and international folks, so it's sometimes a little bittersweet.
From Greenbelt, Patricia Villone, CTV News.
The Space Shuttle program inspired an entire generation with a parade of firsts, including Sally Ride, the first woman in space, and Guy Bluford, the first African American in space.